So I decided to add a wrap to my car, and here are the steps that I took to actually get that done. First thing you want to do is you want to take off this shark fin. Otherwise, you're going to be battling with it. So the way you take this off is pretty easy. You're going to want to take off this weather stripping on the back. It is a little gooey, so be careful when you get your hands in here. You don't want to wear any kind of watches, anything like that, so be mindful of that. Before you can actually get in there, you want to take off these little clips. The next thing you're going to need is a 19mm socket and something with a swivel head so you can reach inside of there and take off that shark fin. As soon as you open this piece up, you're going to notice that there is some cabling there. You're going to want to disconnect that shark fin, and the way you disconnect that is by actually just pinching this little clip right here. Once that clip comes off, then you should be able to take off the shark fin. Once you get the shark fin removed, you want to use a microfiber towel, something similar to this, to get up there and really clean it all up. It's recommended to get a clay bar and really go through the top and get as much of the sediments out before you actually put the wrap down. And look at that, nice little clean. Get a little wipe, flip it over, wipe it right back down. Once your roof is completely cleaned off, the next thing you want to do is take off these rails that go all the way across from the front to the back. The easiest way to do it is to go through and actually start working your way from the front. These clips will start to pop off pretty easily. The only one I really had problems with was this last one right here, and you may have to open up your trunk to actually get this one to pop off. Let me show you really quick. So you start from the beginning here, and you just work your way all the way to the back, very nice and smooth. And once you get to the back, you're gonna notice that that little clip clips in right there. You're gonna need some kind of tool, preferably one of these little guys right here, and just reach in there and just kind of wedge your way in there to kind of pop it off. Once that gets popped off, it's not going to break. If it does, it's replaceable. You can actually just take that little piece off at the end. If you have any kind of kits for it, like the little trim kits, you can actually just replace it. And always want to put that somewhere nice and safe. And the next step is obviously to start the wrap. So this is the wrap portion that I started. I do recommend opening your sunroof and making sure that you can actually wrap inside the sunroof. So that's kind of what I did. The only other thing that I would recommend is getting knifeless tape. It's basically just a little strip of tape with a little piece of metal on the inside that allows you to cut a straight line. You're going to need that for the door jambs to get a nice factory look. And I'll show you here at the end what I mean by that. The rest of it gets tucked in underneath the rails. That's not going to be too hard, or along the edges. I did mess up a little bit here on the sunroof area, but it looks pretty good. I think the car overall looks pretty solid. I'm going to go through and just get this whole thing cleaned up so that way you guys can see it. Again, everything else is going to be tucked into the rails here, and I'll show you just a minute what I'm talking about. So when you go through and tuck it into the rails, it's not going to look amazing, but you can tell that it's going to be hidden by the rail that goes all the way across from the front to the back. So here's what the finished product's going to end up looking like. And this is your finished product. Look at that two-tone, man. That looks good. I added a roof rack in between me cleaning it up and actually bringing it out. It's really just 4 bolts holding that roof rack. I would recommend getting it. It does give your car just a little extra something. But man, she looks good. The only other thing that I would recommend getting is that knifeless tape that I talked about earlier, and that's really just for these door jambs here. You'll see that this line is nice and crisp all the way across from the front to the back, and it's really easy to do if you have that tape. If you don't, you may be scratching up your paint and you don't want to do that. So here it is, the finished product. Hope you guys liked this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section. I'll leave a list of all the items that I used in the comments below. Feel free to punch that like button in the face. Just let me know that you guys are enjoying these videos. I'll do my best to post up as many as I can. Again, I appreciate your time. You guys have a great day.